Okay, welcome back. Now what we're going to do today, we're going to strip this Elderbrock carburettor, which is the 1406 carburettor. I've took this off the Dodge Dart. A couple of minor points at first really. Looks a bit daunting really when you first take it off, such a large item, but however it's quite simple really. It's sort of two carburettors in one. It's split down this point here. There's the primary jets, secondary jets here, and you can see if I split it over there. So this is doing, when I say this is one half of the engine, it's actually split, so it's Siamesed out to the manifolds. So that's the primary and that's the main, or primary and secondary. So it's fairly simple to follow. You've got a vacuum point here and a vacuum point here. One's after the throttle plate, one's before the throttle plate. Idler screws, which we'll come on to later. On the back of the carb you've got a pickup there for brake servo, which I've not got on here, so that's why it's blanked off. So I've partly stripped it down already, taken the top of it off, so you've got the float bowls there with the so that shuts off, so the fuel goes in there. As the fuel runs in, it's a bit like your toilet system. This will go up, shut off and stop the fuel coming in, so it'll fill the bowls in either side of this. So you've got one bowl here, one bowl here. Now you can see this one, it's quite dirty in here, so it needs a good clean off. This is the accelerator pump jets. So basically you've got a accelerator pump here, this goes in here, pushes down, forces fuel out of these when you're accelerating. You can see if you open the throttle body up here. I'm not really going to run through how this works. There's plenty of videos on YouTube that tell you that far better than I am. The main thing I'm going to do is start looking at some of this crud that's in here in the bottom. So I'm going to strip it down, have a look at it and see how we can clean it up. So, first thing to do really when you're stripping any carburettor down is get a tray to put all your bits and pieces in. I've just started to put some of the bits in already, and these just need quite a good clean. They're quite a build up and dirt on these here. Same with these. These are star drives to disconnect these. Yeah, so pretty dirty. I've ordered a service kit for this, but being in the UK and the service kit coming from America, it's not here yet, so I thought I'd get a start on the job, because even if the kit arrives I've still got to clean them up, so I might as well maybe start cleaning it up. Right, so these are all torque fittings on the top of the engine. Sorry, on the top of these are all torque fittings on here. So take the secondaries out. What I'm going to do with these, I'm just going to lay these out here in the order that they're coming out. So I've got one of the secondary setups out, and as you can see here, pretty gummed up. Can be a lot cleaner than that, so I'm going to get them in the parts washer, get them cleaned up nice. Obviously all the gaskets will get replaced. You can see they're coked up in there as well. Try and get an airline, blow through all these little ports, get them all nicely cleaned up, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be something clogged up in there. So just going to keep all the screws together, so at least I don't lose anything. Well, at least that's the theory. Obviously the reality is you always end up with some bits left over once you've finished a job. and amazingly it still runs the same. So that's that one come out. Again, that one's looking pretty. In fact, I can clearly see the middle hole there. There's 3 holes you probably can't see. Middle hole is actually blocked. So there's going to have been some. Yeah, like I say, there's the first screw lost. Right, so I've got that there. So that's the secondaries out. The primaries come out in the same way. So yeah, and they come out. You can see they need a good clean. Blow the airline through. Get them in the parts washer. Gonna come up great. So that's that one there. Not really a lot to these carburetors once you get going on them. Just looks a bit daunting before you start. You wonder what's going on, but there's plenty of people better than me that have explained on YouTube how they work, and I'm not intending to go through that and explain that. In fact, I put a couple of links in on some of the ones that I thought were pretty good on rebuilding these carburetors. It's really more about, this one is rebuilding the carburetor for my car. So I'm going to get it stripped down as much as I can to just the actual frame. This here, this is just basically got counterweights on, so this is easy to take out. I'm not going to take the spindles out. I'm going to take that off because that's just flopping around. Let's see how much further we can go with it. Well, I think it probably is well to take this off here because this is the electrical coil in here for the choke, so we'll take that bit off. You can set this back up onto the choke anyway. I'll show you the setup bits. You can see it's just a little bimetallic strip in there, so put electricity on there. In fact, that looks like it needs a good clean, doesn't it, really? It's got paint all over that. So it does need a good clean, get that up. So you can see, put a 12 volts across there, and that just winds around like that. Opens that up, and opens the choke up. So I don't think I'm going to strip it down any more than that. That's probably as far as it'll go on this. Maybe. Oh, I did lose one thing there again. Now what I did forget is in this point here, you've got a little brass bit. You can just see on a ball bearing there. So luckily I didn't lose those. Although in the service kit they will come along. So I want to really clean all this up, get all this tarnish off, have a look down some of these areas. Some of these areas you can see they're pretty gummed up, pretty dirty. In fact, pretty sure if you look in the bottom of here, you'll see that's how much sort of sediment we got in the bottom. Quite a lot. Which probably, there's these baffle plates in here. These just come out. So there, we've got those out now. And then the only other thing we've got is the jets in the bottom in here. I don't know if you can see. Don't get the light right. Got a jet just down there. There's 4 jets. We've got the main jets, sorry, primary jets, main jets. So I need to get a decent screwdriver on those, see if I can get those out without stripping it. Looks to be quite a Right, what I like to do here is get a really good fit screwdriver down into the jet. If you end up with something that's not fitting well, you're just going to screw it up and then you're just going to struggle to get it out. You can see that's the jet there. Now there is going to be a number on that jet which I really need to read and make a note of. And you don't want to get the secondary and the primary jets muddled up. So for the time being I'm just going to put that at the back corner there while I get all 4 of them out, and then I'll have a look and see what the actual numbers are on them. Just hear a nice click there where it snaps out. So there we are. So always working with the carburetor the same way around, so I did it that way around. So that was the front. That was the front one I took out there. Now I'm just going to get this one out. That's feeling a bit tight, that one. Not budging that one. Okay, so welcome back. Although you actually don't even realise we've had an interlude. Had a break for 2 reasons. One is I wanted a cup of tea. The second issue, I couldn't actually see what I was doing, which didn't help. So I took the jets out, but basically I said I'd read the numbers, I couldn't even see them. So I've got my glasses on. Also, the other reason is my camera went flat. I've now got Chris's camera. Well, that looks wrong, doesn't it? This is Chris's camera. When he was here last week and we were filming in the dark, he accidentally left it here. History with Chris, he'll always leave something at my house. In fact, I think last time he came, I gave him 4 or 5 things that he's left at my house over the time we've been, or we've gone camping or something. So I've got those back and he left one thing. Of course he's left his camera, so he won't be posting many videos this week. Let's get these on and I can actually see what I'm doing. Well, maybe I should clean them first, that would also help. Give them a good clean as ever. Clean them on your jumper. Right, oh, I can see what I'm doing now. So these are the jets. So the jet, I still can't read the number actually, so it's not helped, does it? I'm going to need binoculars to look at this. Now, I do have some more glasses as well, so I'm going to have to get those on there later and actually see what they are, but for the time being I'll just make sure I don't get them the wrong way around. Right, so as I was saying, we've got the float off and we've actually just taken the needle valve out now again, and that's got a little filter on the back of there, and I can't quite remember if that comes new in the kit, but basically we'll put that over there. Take this one out as well. Test that one out. That looks fairly clean really on the filter. bit of third degree on there. Right, and then I can just take this gasket off here. I'm getting a new gasket kit for the time being. I'll just be careful with them. Right, that's as stripped down as it can get really now. There's nothing else that can come off there. So I've got the parts washer on now. It's only a water-based cleaner, so it's not too bad for having my hands in there. I'm going to see how well I can clean up the car right away. You can see it's pretty soiled, so let's see how we get on. Okay, so I've cleaned the secondaries up here. You can see they've come up, they're not super duper clean, they're a lot better. You probably can't quite focus on it there, I'm not sure. No, I don't think it's going to focus on it, is it? There's some little pin pricks there, some little holes down that tube there. They were a little bit blocked. You can see they're all carboned up on this one. So you can see big difference really in the two sides. So I'll just clean them all up like that and then get an airline on them, blow an airline through, make sure they're all okay. So that's those two bits. Well, that's that side done. Same on the primaries here. So you can see the one in my left hand, started to clean that one up compared to the one in my right hand. You can see that's a lot dirtier. So okay, so I've got these parts cleaned up now. See, they've come up a lot better. Let's get them right. So I've got them nice and clean now. You can see before they're quite tarnished, so they're clean. Clean the floats up. You can see there's residual crap on them. Got those cleaned up. Those are the two that have been cleaned up there on that side for the secondaries, and the primaries are cleaned up as well now. So they still need a bit more cleaning, and it's times like this where you wish you had ultrasonic cleaner, speed it up a little bit, but I haven't, so a bit more manual cleaning, a little pot of petrol. Now I've got a little scouring push pad, and I've also got a little bit of wire wool. Now the only problem with the wire wool is the wire wool does break down, and then you get little bits of metal particles coming off. Now the next thing to do then really is when you then come to clean it all off, you really want to blow it out with an airline. So that's what I'll be doing once I've got all the build up of the tarnished petrol on. I think the carb must have stood for some time with petrol in, and that's why there's a lot of, or it's been running very rich as well, because it's very sooty at the top here. So anyway, many hours of cleaning, listening to the radio, daydreaming, and eventually you'll get it done. Like I say, maybe it was a time to have invested in a ultrasonic parts cleaner, or send them off for cleaning somewhere. That would have been good. I think I've obviously lost. Many years ago I wouldn't have been complaining like this cleaning them. I think obviously that's what comes from getting a bit older. You start to think, hang on a minute, I'm sure I can spend my time better than this and cleaning all these parts. But it's getting them clean, they're getting there. Hopefully this will be one more thing on the road to getting it running better, or at least eliminate the possibility that the carburetor was fouled up. Some of the jets were blocked, causing the rough running. Excuse me. Woohoo! So you see there's quite a lot of tarnish on it there. Don't know if that's focusing on there. Through all the little holes in there, little drillings, little jets. Leaving a hole through there, which you can probably just now see is clear. May have been, may not have been clear before. So, blah 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 blah. I'll fast forward over this bit. In the parts washer, I've got water-based cleaner, which, if I'm honest, I'm not 100% sure about. It seems to take a lot of effort to get the dirt off. Okay, so I've cleaned the carb as much as I can. Still got quite a bit of carbon build up in there that needs sorting out. So what I've decided is, I've had enough now. Cold in the garage. These looking better, they're not completely there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the carb together and I'm going to take it to work actually, because I just remembered, I don't know why I've just remembered now, we have a hot parts washer at work. So I'm going to take that to work, get that cleaned up and see how that goes. Gaskets are still on order. Obviously I'm waiting for them to come across by post from America. So they're going to take probably till next weekend to come. So I think I'll do this in a bit of a two-parter. See how we get on. Basically take it from there. So until the parts arrive, there's not a lot I can do. Everything's stripped, cleaned, there, ready. Not a lot else going on really. I think we'll leave it for there. So thank you very much.